Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm John Williams, Johnny, and I'm here as your host for Motivational Minutes. This is our 16th broadcast. This is the last of this series, and this series has been a review of The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, by Dr. Napoleon Hill. Um, and if you've been following along with me, you know that this has been one interesting journey. I mean, we're now at the end. We've formed our mastermind. We've en- enhanced our self confidence. We formed our definite chief aim. We changed ourselves and we began a habit of saving instead of a habit of spending. We developed our initiative and leadership skills. We worked on cultivating an active imagination. We approached all of these subjects with enthusiasm and joy. We, I in particular, was self controlled enough to make it through 16 of these broadcasts, these reviews, to share this information with you to go through this book. We went into the habit of doing more than you get paid for. Everyone always appreciates getting more. We went to having a pleasing personality. We talked about how important it is for you to make people feel good when they're in your company. And like attracts like. So if you've got a pleasing personality, you're going to attract those with pleasing personalities to your sphere of influence in your to you. We talked about having a system of accurate thought. From there, we talked about having strong concentration and focusing our efforts and attention on achievement of our definite chief aim. Uh, we then went into cooperation, how no man operates in a vacuum. We all need each other to make this world a better place, to help each other be successful. That's an important fact. We then went into the importance of profiting from our failure. So, through adversity, we can learn to rise above temporary defeats and overcome our difficulties and raise ourselves to heights that we could only dream of. We talked about tolerance, the importance of having an open mind and heart and being willing to accept others' differences as an enhancement to our own special qualities. It makes us better when we are in a position to accept others for what they truly are. And you can become who you truly are because they will accept you in the same light. And so now here we are. We're at the golden rule, and this is I love this chapter because it sums everything up. I mean, it sums all of our studies up. That first of all, I want to remind you, you can do anything. You can do it if you believe you can. That's very important in this philosophy. That you have to approach Dr. Hill's teachings and these lessons with an attitude of success, basically, that if you believe something is possible, it's going to be possible, especially if you wake up in the morning believing it and you go to sleep believing it every night. Now, the golden rule is a guiding star that enables you to use profitably and constructively the knowledge assembled in the preceding lessons. This lesson is a governor that will, if observed and applied, enable you to steer your ship of knowledge over the rocks and reefs of failure that usually beset the pathway of all who come suddenly into the possession of power. The man who obtains it in any way other than slow, step by step, deliberate process where he has earned that power is in danger of destroying himself and all he comes into contact with. Power can endure only by faithful observance of the law upon which this lesson is based, wherein lies the safety valve that protects the careless student from the dangers of his own follies, and protects also those whom he might endanger if he tried to circumvent the injunctions laid down in this lesson. If you want proof, you may have proof positive only by testing and applying these laws and principles yourself. There's going to be your proof. You're going to, if you want to see if this works, you've got to apply it. You've got to embrace the philosophy. You've got to go through the lessons. You've got to repeat the affirmations. It's important that we believe in ourselves, and then others will begin to believe in us. Now, for more than 4,000 years, men have been preaching this golden rule, which has been stated. We listen to, okay, so what's the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? But the golden rule actually means do unto others as you would wish them to do unto you if your positions were reversed. That is truly the essence uh, of the golden rule. So in other words, if you switch places with this person, would you want them to treat you any worse than you would treat yourself, right? You know what I mean? That it's important that whatever a man soweth, that he also reaps, right? So this is the eternal law of reaping and sowing. Everything you put out, you are going to get back. There is a karmic debt to be paid in our universe. There is a balance to the good you put out and the negative that you might receive, or the negative you put out and the good you receive. So if you put out good, guess what? You're going to be reaping good. You're going to be repaid in kind. If you put out negative energy, that's exactly what you're going to bring back on yourself. You cannot pervert or change the course of this law, but you can adapt yourself to its nature and thereby use it as an irresistible power that will carry you to heights of achievement which could not be attained without its aid. So, the universal law that you must think of it in this way. Think of others as you wish them to think of you. So I'm going to repeat that. Think of others as you would have them think of you. Now, the reason this is important is because remember, thoughts are things. And every thought that you put out into the um, universe, out into the multiverse, out into the ether, whatever you want to call it, it's going to find thoughts that are similar to itself. And then they are going to gather and they're going to come back to you because this is what you're attracting. This is how the human mind, we're creators. Everything on this planet, everything that you see in your home began as a thought. Thoughts are things. In order for me to be speaking to you today through this medium, through this computer, through this internet, someone had to first think of it. And their thoughts became manifest in what we today called our reality. Um, Now, understand this law, and you understand all that the Bible has to unfold to you if you're a person who reads the Bible. For the Bible presents one unbroken chain of evidence in the support of the fact that man is the maker of his own destiny. His thoughts and acts are the tools which with he does the making. Get that? His thoughts and acts are the tools with which we make our reality. Now, the power of prayer is mighty. And again, if you don't believe in the power of prayer, you can call it meditation. You can call it fixating on a particular outcome. Whatever you call it, it involves the power of concentration. And it's important for you to remember that where the mind goes, energy flows, right? So if you're fixated on a particular outcome of an event and you're fixated on the negative outcome of that event, that's exactly what you're going to get. But if you see yourself as being the universal winner, always successful, always winning, always making others feel good about themselves and about their interactions with you, nothing can stop you. The universe is going to open its arms wide to you and welcome you and give you all of your dreams and manifest every bit of golden, beautiful reality that you would like to see for yourself. Now, the law through which the golden rule philosophy operates is none other than the law through which the principle of autosuggestion operates. Okay, so if all of your acts towards others and even your thoughts of others are registered in your subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion, thereby building your own character in exact duplicate of your thoughts and acts, can you not see how important it is to guard those acts and thoughts? Every act, every thought you release modifies your own character in exact conformity with the nature of the act or thought. Your character is a sort of center of magnetic attraction which attracts to you the people and conditions that harmonize with it. So, grasp this simple principle. You will understand why you cannot afford to hate anyone, why you cannot afford to envy others. You should understand why you can't afford to strike back. It is impossible for you to injure another person by thought or deed without injuring yourself. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Understand this law, and you know you are constantly punishing yourself for every wrong you commit, and you are rewarding yourself for every act of constructive conduct in which you indulge. Now, I'm going to get to the code of ethics, the Golden Rule Code of Ethics, and I'm going to hopefully get through all of these before we run out of time. And if I go over a minute or two, forgive me. This is our last review in this series of 16, and I kind of want to get at least this code of ethics out to you, right? So, so that we may concretely describe the law, let us embody the law in a code of ethics. This is the code of ethics of the Golden Rule. 1. I believe in the Golden Rule as the basis of all human conduct. Therefore, I will never do to another person that which I would not be willing for that person to do to me if our positions were reversed. 2. I will be honest, even to the slightest detail, in all my transactions with others, not alone because of my desire to be fair with them, but because of my desire to impress the idea of honesty on my own subconscious mind, thereby weaving this essential quality into my own character. 3. I will forgive those who are unjust towards me with no thought as to whether they deserve it or not, because I understand the law through which forgiveness of others strengthens my own character and wipes out the effects of my own transgressions and in my subconscious mind. 4. I will be just, generous, and fair with others always, even though I know that these acts will go unnoticed and unrewarded in the ordinary terms of a reward, because I understand and intend to apply the law through the aid of which one's own character is but the sum total of one's own acts and deeds. 5. Whatever time I may have to devote to the discovery and exposure of the weaknesses and faults of others, I will devote more profitably to the discovery and correction of my own. Right? I'm gonna uncover my own faults before I go looking for weaknesses in others. I'm gonna look for them in myself. 6. I will slander no person, no matter how much I may believe another person may deserve it, because I wish to plant no destructive suggestions in my own subconscious mind. 7. I recognize the power of thought as being an inlet leading into my brain from the universal ocean of life. Therefore, I will set no destructive thoughts afloat upon that ocean, lest they pollute the minds of others. Right? Your thoughts, they're going right. You think your head's solid? Your thoughts are not solid. They're going right through. They're coming right out, and they're interacting with everyone else's thoughts. This is why you pick up vibes from people. Some people give you a good vibe. Some people give you a bad vibe. It's because you're picking up their character. You're picking up subtle energy coming from their essence. You're picking up their thoughts. You're picking up their moods. You're getting it all. 8. I will conquer the common human tendency towards hatred and envy and selfishness and jealousy and malice and pessimism and doubt and fear. For I believe these to be the seed from which the world harvests most of its troubles. 9. When my mind is not occupied with thoughts that tend towards the attainment of my definite chief aim in life, I will voluntarily keep it filled with thoughts of courage, self confidence, goodwill towards others, faith, kindness, loyalty, and love for truth and justice. For I believe these to be the seed from which the world reaps its harvest of progressive growth. 10. I understand that a mere passive belief in the soundness of the Golden Rule philosophy is of no value whatsoever, either to myself or to others. Therefore, I will actively put into operation this universal rule for good in all my transactions with others. 9. I understand the law through the operation of which my own character is developed from my own acts and thoughts. Therefore, I will guard with care all that goes into its development. 12. Realizing that enduring happiness comes only through helping others find it, that no act of kindness is without its reward, even though it may never be directly repaid. I will do my best to assist others when and where the opportunity appears. So, with that, we're just about at the end of our session. I want to thank everyone for following me in these reviews. I appreciate your support. I'm humbled by the fact that you guys have been watching this on replays, morning, noon, night. I hope you're learning from these reviews. I know that it makes me feel good to share this information, and I'm going to continue to do that. So stay tuned. I'm going to announce another series of reviews, more motivation, more encouragement. And again, I want to just thank everybody for being part of this journey with me. Okay. So have a wonderful rest of the day, a great week, a great weekend, wherever you're at. And God bless you. Keep you strong. My name is Johnny Williams, and this is Motivational Minutes. Bye.